What if I told you that the one thing you've been searching for your entire life, the thing you thought you needed to achieve or accomplish or become before you could finally feel worthy, has been inside you all along? I know. It sounds like something from a fairy tale, but stay with me, because this might be the most important realization you ever have. You are enough, right now, in this exact moment. Exactly as you are, and I'm going to prove it to you. I see you scrolling through social media at 2 in the morning, comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. I see you standing in front of the mirror, picking apart every perceived flaw. I see you apologizing for taking up space, for having needs, for simply existing. I see you working yourself to exhaustion, trying to earn the love and approval you think you have to deserve. I see you shrinking yourself to fit into boxes other people built. And sweet friend, I'm here to tell you that you've been operating under a lie so big, so pervasive, that you don't even recognize it as a lie anymore. You think it's just the truth. Here's the lie. You believe that you're not enough as you are. You believe you need to be smarter, prettier, thinner, richer, more successful, more talented, more something before you can finally give yourself permission to feel worthy. You believe that confidence is something you have to earn, like frequent flyer miles or gold stars on a homework assignment. You believe that self-esteem is conditional, based on performance, based on what you produce or how you look or what other people think of you. And because you believe this lie, you've been running on a hamster wheel your whole life, chasing an impossible standard, trying to prove your worth to a world that never asked you to prove anything in the first place. Let me tell you why this matters so much. When you don't believe you're enough, you can't fully show up for your own life. You play small. You hold back. You silence your voice because you think it doesn't matter. You dim your light because you're afraid someone might think you're too much. You settle for less than you deserve. In relationships, in work, in everything, because deep down you don't believe you're worthy of more. You become a supporting character in your own story, watching from the sidelines while life happens to everyone else. And the tragedy isn't just what you miss out on. The tragedy is that the world misses out on you, on your unique gifts, on the magic that only you can bring. We need you, fully expressed, fully alive, fully convinced of your own worth. Here's what I want you to understand from a place of deep truth. Your worth is not something you achieve. It's something you inherently possess by virtue of being alive. You didn't have to earn your first breath, did you? You showed up on this planet already worthy, already valuable, already enough. Somewhere along the way, somebody told you differently. Maybe it was a parent who was too stressed to see you clearly. Maybe it was a teacher who projected their own limitations onto you. Maybe it was a culture that profits from your insecurity, that literally makes money by convincing you that you're inadequate so you'll buy the products and services they're selling. But that doesn't make it true. That just makes it loud. Science backs this up in a fascinating way. You have approximately 37 trillion cells in your body right now, all working in perfect harmony to keep you alive. Your heart has been beating without you having to think about it since before you were even born. Your immune system is fighting battles you don't even know about. Your brain is processing millions of bits of information every single second. You are a walking miracle of complexity and beauty. And here's the kicker. Your body doesn't need you to prove your worth before it decides to keep you alive. It doesn't say, well, you didn't accomplish enough today, so I guess I'll stop your heart. It loves you unconditionally. It believes you're worth keeping alive just because you exist. Maybe it's time you agreed with your own body. From a spiritual perspective, whether you believe in God or the universe or source or simply the interconnectedness of all things, there's a fundamental truth that runs through every wisdom tradition. You are an expression of something divine. You are life itself, experiencing itself through a unique lens. There will never be another you. Not in all of history, not in all of time. Your particular combination of experiences, perspectives, talents, and quirks is completely unrepeatable. That's not ego, that's fact. And if the universe went to all the trouble of creating you exactly as you are, don't you think maybe you should trust that you're here for a reason, that you have value, that you matter? So let's talk about how to rebuild your relationship with yourself from the ground up. How do you move from constant self-doubt to genuine self-confidence? How do you replace that critical voice in your head with one that's kind and supportive? How do you finally let yourself off the hook and just be enough? It starts with awareness and it grows with practice. First, you need to become aware of your self-talk. Most of us have a running commentary in our heads all day long, and most of it is shockingly cruel. We say things to ourselves we would never say to our worst enemy. You're so stupid, you're too fat, you're too old, you're not talented, nobody likes you, you'll never succeed. Listen. If you had a friend who talked to you the way you talk to yourself, you'd dump that friend immediately. So why are you tolerating it from yourself? For the next few days, just notice. Notice when that critical voice pipes up. Don't judge it, don't fight it, just notice it. Awareness is the first step to change. You can't shift what you don't see. Second, question the thoughts. Just because you think something doesn't make it true. Your thoughts are not facts. They're just mental habits, neural pathways you've traveled so many times they feel like highways. So when that voice says you're not enough, ask it, is that actually true? Where's the evidence? Who told me this? Would I say this to someone I love? Usually when you examine these thoughts closely, they fall apart. They're based on old programming, on past experiences, on things other people said that you internalized. They're not based on current reality. You get to choose what you believe about yourself. Third, start catching and replacing. Every time you catch yourself thinking something negative, pause, acknowledge it, and then consciously replace it with something kinder. If you think I'm so awkward, replace it with I'm learning and growing in social situations. If you think I always mess everything up, replace it with I'm human and I'm doing my best. You're literally retraining your brain. It'll feel weird at first, maybe even false, but do it anyway. Your brain will believe what you repeatedly tell it. You've been feeding it poison for years. Time to change the menu. Fourth, practice mirror work. I know this sounds strange and it might make you uncomfortable, and that's exactly why you need to do it. Stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and say I love you. I really love you. You are enough. You are worthy. Say it even if you don't believe it yet. Say it especially if you don't believe it yet. Do this every single day. Your inner child, that part of you that's been waiting your whole life to hear these words, will start to heal. You might cry, you might feel ridiculous. Do it anyway. This is one of the most powerful healing practices there is. Fifth, stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is truly the thief of joy and the murderer of self-esteem. When you compare your insides to other people's outsides, you will always lose. You're seeing their polished, edited, carefully curated version while intimately knowing every one of your own flaws and struggles. It's not a fair comparison, and it's not a useful one. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. Are you growing? Are you learning? Are you becoming more yourself? That's all that matters. Everyone else is on their own journey. Let them be. Sixth, celebrate your wins, especially the small ones. We're so quick to catalog our failures and so reluctant to acknowledge our successes. You got out of bed when depression said stay down? That's a win. You spoke up in that meeting even though your voice shook? That's a win. You tried something new even though you might fail? That's a win. Start keeping a success journal. Every night before bed, write down 3 things you did well that day. They don't have to be big. You were kind to a stranger. You drank enough water. You finished that task you'd been avoiding. Train your brain to look for evidence that you're capable, that you're trying, that you're enough. Seventh, surround yourself with people who see your worth. If everyone around you is tearing you down, criticizing you, making you feel small, you're in the wrong room. Find your people, the ones who celebrate you, the ones who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself, the ones who reflect back to you the truth of who you are. And if you can't find them in person, find them online, find them in books, find them in communities. You become like the people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. Now let me give you the affirmations that will rewire your entire sense of self. Say these with me. Hand on your heart with as much conviction as you can muster. I am enough exactly as I am. I am worthy of love and belonging. I approve of myself. I am capable and strong. I trust myself. I am deserving of good things. I release the need to prove my worth. I am valuable simply because I exist. I love and accept myself completely. I am confident in who I am. I am proud of how far I've come. I honor my journey. I am doing my best, and my best is enough. I am whole and complete. I am worthy of respect. I speak my truth with confidence. I take up space unapologetically. I am beautiful inside and out. I am enough. I have always been enough. I will always be enough. Here's something that might shift everything for you. Confidence isn't the absence of fear or doubt. Confidence isn't thinking you're perfect or that you'll never fail. Confidence is knowing that even when you fall, even when you mess up, even when things don't go as planned, you'll be okay because your worth doesn't depend on your performance. Confident people aren't confident because they never fail. They're confident because they know that failure doesn't define them. They get back up, they try again, they learn and grow. They understand that being enough doesn't mean being perfect. It means being human. And self-esteem isn't about thinking you're better than everyone else. It's about not needing to compare yourself to anyone else at all. It's about having a stable, solid sense of your own value that doesn't fluctuate based on external circumstances. It's internal, not external. It's a foundation you build within yourself, brick by brick, through consistent self-love, self-respect, and self-compassion. Nobody can give it to you. Nobody can take it away. It's yours to claim. I want to address something important. If you've experienced trauma, if you've been through abuse, if you've had people systematically break down your sense of self, Please know that healing is possible and you might need support. There's no shame in working with a therapist or counselor. Sometimes we need help untangling the messages we received and rebuilding our foundation. You don't have to do this alone. Asking for help is actually a sign of strength and self-awareness. Here's what I know to be true. After years of watching people transform, the moment you decide you're enough is the moment everything changes. Not because anything external shifts, but because you shift. You show up differently. You make different choices. You tolerate different things. You attract different people and opportunities. When you believe in your own worth, you become magnetic. Not because you're trying to be, but because you're finally being authentic, and authenticity is irresistible. So here's your call to action. Right now, before you do anything else, I want you to put your hand on your heart. Feel it beating. That's life. That's proof that you matter. Now say out loud, I am enough. Just those 3 words. Say them 10 times. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Notice what comes up. Notice any resistance. Notice any emotion. Just observe it with love. That's your starting point. Then I want you to commit to mirror work for the next 30 days. Every single morning, look yourself in the eyes and say, I love you, you are enough. Every single night before bed, write down 3 things you did well. Just 30 days. That's all I'm asking. Give yourself this gift. See what happens. See how you feel. See how your life starts to shift when you finally believe what's always been true. And if this resonated with you, if something in your heart said, yes, I need to hear this, then leave a comment. Tell me what you're claiming today. Tell me which affirmation spoke to you. Share your commitment to believing in yourself. Let's create a community of people who know their worth, who refuse to play small, who are showing up fully for their own beautiful lives. And subscribe so we can keep walking this path together. You deserve to feel good about yourself. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to believe in your own magnificence. You are enough. You have always been enough. You will always be enough. Not because of what you do or what you achieve or what you look like or what anyone else thinks, but because you're here, because you're alive, because you're you. And that, my beautiful friend, is more than enough. It's everything. Now go live like you believe it. I'll be right here cheering you on.